for educational critical review and reaction.
The first that really goes to work upon the young, impressionable minds of the youth of particularly females is called princess programming. And a lot of other researchers have done a lot of research into this. They want to get the kids into a satanic mindset when they're in what is known as the formative years. Let's get it straight once and for all. There's only one nature of human beings. We are a programmable species through information. The information that we become programmed with specifically in our formative years will largely go on to determine the characteristics, the personality, and the behaviors moving forward into adulthood of that being. And if there's good programming that goes in, good behavior comes out on the other side on the screen called life. See, if you have a projector and you want good outcome on the projector, well, then your filming has to be good. Your editing has to be good. You don't scream at the fucking thing on the screen when you did shitty work in all of the production environment. Well, this is the same thing as life. When you have bad behavior going on in the world, which is on the screen, you don't scream at the fucking bad behavior. Those are the symptoms. That's what's already printed. That's what's already exported. That's already on the fucking screen. You got to go back and change it in the fucking work you did before you printed it as behavior. And that's information that comes into the mind and gets formulated as opinions, preferences, likes, dislikes, knowledge, ignorance, etc. And how does it express? It expresses through the behavior of the being that then becomes the aggregate condition of the world and all of its people. This isn't rocket science. The most important part of the programmable state is the first 6.5 to 7 years of a child's development, which is called the formative years. The formative years. The word format, which is what you do to a hard drive or a solid state drive before you start putting information into it, that then determines the quality of what's on the drive, what might be going on the screen, what might be going out to the internet, is going to be determined by the file system that you lay down into the storage device with the format. It's the same way for a child's mind in their developmental years. That is their format. Going on to the hard drive that is the brain, the mind, the psyche of the child, that then information's going to come in, and in the formative years, the child's in a hypnagogic state, which is a state in brain patterns that is in between a full waking and thinking and cognitive and analytical state versus a sleeping and dreamlike state, or how the subconscious mind works. So you're floating in between those states in brainwave patterns. It's called a hypnagogic state. And you can't really filter information in that state. So whatever goes in during that critical time period, the formative years from birth through approximately 7 years of age, it's critical. It's a critical developmental time period for a child's mind, because they're incapable of truly filtering the information. They take it all in and it sits there on the hard drive. And they're unable to do logical transforms with the mind until the brain develops after 7 years all the way through adulthood. That's why it's very important not to put shit into the mind during the formative years. It's important not to put Satanism into the mind during the formative years. It's important not to put ugly, sick, satanic fucking programming into the mind in the child's formative first 7 years of life. Because if you do, then you're going to be digging yourself out of a fucking hole for the rest of your adult life. You have to understand we're a programmable species. The hypnagogic state in the first 7 years is going to be very, very influential in what characteristics and traits come out in the personality in human adulthood. So if it's hit with massive, erroneous, incorrect, and satanic programming in the formative state, what kind of characteristics, personality traits, and then ultimately behavior do you think is going to come out on the other side of the child's early developmental years? You think it's going to be good? That's not how it works. Good programming goes in, good behavior comes out. Bad programming goes in, garbage behavior comes out. Well, what we're going to talk about is what is the garbage programming that's been going in through the social engineering class that's pumping it out there and inculcating people into it, that's leading to all the fucking garbage behaviors that come out during adulthood. Because this is where it starts. It starts right at birth. It starts at birth, it continues on through early childhood, and then it comes out in horrible fucking manifested behaviors in adulthood. This isn't rocket science, folks. I keep saying that. This is not rocket science. This is something that if you apply your fucking mind to and you read a lot about and you gather the grammar and you understand it, you're going to understand how this works. This is not advanced fucking knowledge. This is the very basic building blocks that you have to understand how humanity is being manipulated. The inauthentic woman has been socially engineered to want to be placated, revered, and pampered. That's what the princess is. The princess doesn't have to do anything on her own. The princess is just taken care of. The princess has whatever she wants. The princess looks pretty, and that's what she's there to do. And then to attract the guy that has all the resources, and they live happily ever after. It's all bullshit programming that young, impressionable girls then take in, and they become completely programmed women by the time they're in their late teen years. The inauthentic woman has been socially engineered to want to be placated, revered, and pampered. Princess programming is huge in Western culture in particular, but really everywhere throughout the world. In Western culture, it's very significant and starts at a very, very early age. I'm going to say it starts right out of the womb. It starts in the formative years of a child's development. Through this programming, young women are often taught to value only what can be gained for themselves through relationships with men, to seek only men who can, quote, provide for them, to place paramount importance on their own physical appearance, to, quote, lure a male, and to devalue the importance of their own, meaning the female's, intelligence, to seek money as their main value system through a man, and even to think that, quote, no man is good enough for them. These are all the socially engineered characteristics that are inculcated into the socially engineered woman that is part of what is known as princess programming. I want to go over these and take them one at a time, because this is how important this is. This starts so young that this is almost in every single female. Not everyone, not a blanket statement, largely, almost entirely in biological females. This is taught, this gets ingrained, this gets inculcated, and then it comes out in horrific behaviors in female adulthood. They're taught, they're socially conditioned to be placated. That means to be told, yes, 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 for the man around them to be a yes man, a yes man. Never to tell them, you can't have that, or that's out of line, or you're acting inappropriately, or that's something that you believe that you think, but it's actually been socially engineered, and then as soon as the princess programming kicks in, as soon as a guy is saying any of those things to that woman, out of my life. Kick him out of the castle. Kick him out of the whole kingdom. You're not to be spoken to. You're not to be seen. You become a non-entity, because unless I'm around yes men who placate and revere my very presence and existence, go fuck yourself and get away from me. And you know how many women out there, this is what they are. I have the trivium in hand to be able to determine truth from falsehood. And that's all that ultimately matters. And my comfort and my thankfulness and my gratitude comes from the only thing that was ever truly in life, and in any tradition prescribed as being the path to freedom, and that was knowing the truth. Even in the biblical traditions, when the disciples all said, but we're slaves to the Roman Empire and the Roman authorities. What do we have to do to conquer this? What do we have to do to be truly free? And they're talking about physical freedom. They're talking about physical freedom, like being free from the political authorities of their time. It's not an allegory. And the Christ figure biblically in the New Testament says, know the truth, and the truth will set you free. That's why I'm free mentally. That's why I'm free spiritually. I know the truth. I know the truth about what I need to know the truth about. I don't need to know the truth about every single thing that ever existed, nor do I claim to. I know the truth about what leads to human freedom, and I'm correct about it. I don't think I know it. It's not my ill-informed, unread, opinionated, dumb shit opinion that I know it. I actually know it in nature, in reality. That's the difference. That's why I'm thankful and grateful for that, and I don't need anybody else's opinion or approval regarding me, my personality, anything I say, anything I fucking teach, because I vet it with the trivia method. And therefore I know that I know it. I don't believe that I know it like some other dumb dolts. There is a method of actually determining and knowing whether you have the truth in hand or whether you're believing in fucking bullshit and fantasy. I just don't know what to tell people. I just can't even believe that there are people who believe everything is just a fucking matter of opinion. People still believe this and don't understand there's a truth discovery and vetting process that exists. And I've talked about it extensively. And people just won't even look into it. They're so dumb still, they won't even look into it. They haven't even discovered the word trivium yet. Let's continue. Princess, okay, so they're placated, revered, and pampered. This is all about the comfort. This is what women are culturally conditioned to want from day one when they come out of the womb by this satanic social engineer class. Comfort. Comfort is everything. Comfort is what's to be desired. Comfort is God. Money brings comfort, so money is God. Comfort and money are God. Comfort and money are God. Comfort and money are God. That's it. Don't fight. Don't struggle. Don't overcome hardship. Don't become strong. No. Be pampered. Be weak. Want things given to you. Want comfort heaped upon you. And whatever guy's willing to do that, just try to attract him with your sexuality, with your looks, with your allure, to the point where that's what he'll just say, yes, princess, just have all this comfort and these resources heaped upon you without you having to do anything but look pretty. That's it. That's princess programming right there in a nutshell. And tell me that's not what most women try to strive for. You're telling me I don't see that dynamic in society? I'm somehow wrong regarding that? That isn't how it is? That isn't the current condition of most women in our culture in particular, but largely throughout the world? You are a fucking liar if you say that. How many people I've heard say, that's just the nature of women, Mark. This is just the nature of women. The nature of you is you're a fucking retard. That's your nature. I can't take human stupidity anymore, people. I can't take it. If you can't see, I'm fed up with human stupidity, and I can't take how people stay in their same dumb, ill-informed opinions without looking into how one fucking thing really works in this life. Then I don't know what to tell you. This is a huge part of particularly Western culture, starts at birth and continues throughout really the whole life of most women, but is very paramount in the formative years of their development. They are taught to value only what can be gained for themselves through relationships with men. What's that called? That's called Satanism, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, what can you do for me? Whole songs written on it. What have you done for me lately? Like, money's all that matters. And you forget that the hip-hop and rap of today, it's all fucking programmed by Satanists. and influenced. And if you don't play ball with those Satanists, you don't get your fucking music out there to influence culturally the masses of people. But, you know, they want to define themselves as whatever I can get for me through a man. Or really through anybody. It's just blatant selfishness, and that's the very paramount tenet of Satanism, is egotism and selfishness. That's tenet number one of Satanism. And it's like, people should be striving to provide value so that other people provide necessary resources for them. The reason that I can do this and be supported is because I'm doing the right thing, first and foremost. Number one, I'm doing that which is morally right. This is action, which is morally right action, to educate and edify the masses of people regarding what's going on culturally, regarding what's going on socially, and to teach morality and natural law for them to come out of a satanic mindset. That, above all else, is the morally correct thing to do in this life. Number one. That's why I'm provided for. This is why I tell people, part of becoming a truly spiritually active person, to become truly activated spiritually, is to enter right livelihood, to quit a job if it's in wrong livelihood. Understand that's the only way this world's going to be fucking saved, is when people stop doing immoral shit for a paycheck. You dumb shit. You haven't figured that the fuck out yet. The next characteristic of this is they place paramount importance on their physical appearance to lure a male. That's all that matters to the princess programming victim. You know, the woman is taught all of your value is perpetually wrapped up in how you look. Well, what's going to happen when that's not there one day? You know? When that fucking runs out of the fucking tank and it's not there, then who are you? Then what's your identity then? You know, they're going to just say, I hope I'm set up well enough by then. Yeah, that's a great spiritual attitude to take. Get the looks so you can get the man with the money so you can be taken care of and live happily ever after. This is all bullshit programming put out by Satanists. That's all it is. Think that all these fucking organizations that target fucking young girls, that's not coming from the satanic social engineer class? They're sorcerers. They're fucking evil fucking wizard sorcerers. They know everything about how to get inside here and then lock the fucking key and throw it out so you can never unlock the bullshit that they just injected in between your ears. They want to seek money as their main value system. That's the main tool and the main means to an end of the satanic social engineers. It's not really their God. It's what they want to position as your God. That's not their God. Money is not the God of the Satanists of this world. Neither is Satan. I've gone over that a million times. They don't worship the Christian devil. People who think that they're devil worshipers, you have no fucking idea what Satanism is. You should close your fucking mouth about it. You really should keep the fucking word out of your mouth, because you know nothing about it if that's what you think. Okay? And I hear it over and over and over again and over and over and over and over and over. They're devil worshipers. They worship the devil. And no, the ego is the god of Satanists. They are their own gods. They see themselves as God. They want to be God here. Okay? And that's what you have to understand. They're not worshiping anything except their own ego and wanting to put it up on a pedestal and have everybody else worship them as a god, because they want to usurp the place of the God of creation, and they want their law to trump God's law. If you haven't gotten it yet, that's what Satanism is. That's why there's a fucking Baphomet with the Lilith figure archetype below it, because that's what this unholy Lilith energy serves. It's Lilith and Samael, the dark twin to Adam and Eve. That's the unholy feminine and unholy masculine together in the unholy wedding that's going to destroy all of human society and bring it under the fucking banner of Satanism, which is out of control egotism, moral relativism, flushing natural law and true morality down the fucking toilet, and having a fucking social engineer class rule the earth as fucking gods forever. Technocratically, from which we'll never be able to escape. And it will be a permanent fucking prison hell world. So money is only a means to an end for this satanic overlord population. That's not their real God. Their real God is their own ego. Egotism is the first satanic principle. What they want to position money as is your God, the slave class. And that's why they target that with princess programming to make money the God that is to be revered and worshipped. Especially coming out of a very early stage of child development, out of the formative years. That's what they want to be heralded as the God of their mindset, of their satanic inculcated mindset. And to even think that no man is even good enough for them. This is the old adage of, where are the good men? Well, maybe if women, maybe they could take a more proactive approach to where's the good men. Number one, you've been taught and inculcated to truly despise and detest anybody who resembles a good man. Okay? Because the good man is independent, doesn't want to be led by the fucking nose, isn't all about fucking money, is about morality, is about being a true rebel, not a rebel that my sports ball team can beat your sports ball team, actually thinks for themselves, has high holistic intelligence, and won't just be a yes man and say, yeah, you know everything just because I want to get in your fucking pants and I'll be a yes man for you so that you can get into my wallet. This is total Satanism. This is just everybody just always just living only for what they fucking want and throwing nature out the fucking window. And we're going to talk about, like, natural experience is dead. Natural conversation is dead. Natural relationship is dead. It's everything that really comes out of nature when you actually support it, when you let it be your basis for your understanding and development. The Satanists don't want that. They want artificial constructs just bombarding the mind all day long so people will act as they want them to act. And they're genius chess masters at being able to program the mind that way. So this is the very first step that they hit, especially the woman with, the female with, at a very early stage of child development in the formative years, the princess programming.